Oh, that's the wrong one. I've started with the wrong one for recording. Oh, God. Anyway, good evening to a night's Friday night podcast. What we're going to talk about tonight is the release of the 3000 series NVIDIA graphic cards. We're going to talk about the next-gen consoles, and we might do an open mic if we've got any time later. I'm at the moment with North Cinematics. That's Ben at North Cinematics. Don't forget to go over to his channel if you're watching it now or you're watching it in the future. Go and subscribe to his channel. He does a lot of hardcore tactical shooter games as well as your Call of Duties and your Battlefield. So at the moment, it is just me and Ben. Hopefully we will have Chris, Stealth, and Slavic. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But we thought we'd start because we missed last week's podcast. So anyway, Ben, introduce yourself. If people are just watching that they've never watched us before, tell them a little bit about yourself and what your channel's all about.
Hello, so my name's North Cinematics, and like Devlin says, I've mainly covered tactical games. Mainly was Insurgency Sandstorm. Covered other games though, like Postscriptum, and basically any other tactical game that I'm interested in. But yeah, most of my channel's centered around that. But I used to do Battlefield content as well, and I still keep up to date with what's going on with Battlefield. I've recently been covering Battlefield 6 and seeing how that goes. But yeah, that's basically the sort of games that I cover. I'm mainly, obviously, a gaming channel. So yeah. And
it's mostly shooters with yourself, isn't it?
Mostly first-person shooters, but mostly hardcore shooters, really, for me.
Cool. I'm pretty much the same. Big fan of the Battlefield franchise. If you've never watched us before, big fan for the Battlefield franchise. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, believe it or not. I shouldn't really like the game because I am a massive fan of Battlefield. Tonight we thought we'd talk about, because the release of the 3000 series GPUs by NVIDIA were released today, and we wanted to talk about experiences. I didn't actually buy one just yet. I've had a lot of expense coming out just recently, bought a new property, but Ben actually went to try and buy one, and you had a little bit of experience, Ben. Do you want to tell them what happened, what your experience? Because you were all hyped up for getting the card, mate. You tell them exactly what happened.
Yeah, I mean, so originally they were planned to be released on the 17th of September, and I mean, they didn't really give us a specification on sort of the specified time that they were actually releasing these cards, but I basically stayed up till midnight, and I was watching on, some of these websites. The main one that I stuck with was eBuyer, and I was actually there at the right time for eBuyer, and I saw them go live about 2 minutes past 12. I was all hyped and could see them being able to be added to your basket. So I try and go for one, and I try one of the graphics cards, and that's already sold out, and I refreshed the page to see how many's left, and basically all of them are gone. Now, on midnight, I could have got one, but the last one that was basically available was outside my budget, so couldn't afford that one. I probably could have got that one, but I thought after that I was like, well, doesn't matter. That's I'll just wait till they officially all reveal or release on like 2 o'clock on the 18th. And basically, it was an absolute nightmare. I was waiting on so many different websites. I tried PC World. I tried, Overclockers, which I eventually brought a graphics card from. I looked at eBuyer again, Scan, basically all of them. And
all the big names, yeah.
All the big names. I stayed on PC World because I thought, hardly anyone would be on there.
The last place I'd probably say to buy one, but
it's because I thought everyone thought, well, these are going to be really overpriced on PC World, so I thought everyone's going to stick to the other websites, and I've stayed on there, and I stayed there for all day just waiting, and then they go live, and basically within 5 seconds it all gone pretty much instantly. I don't know how much stock they actually had on these sites. They can't have had more than 100 basically, because they just went pretty much instantly. So then I go over to Overclockers, and when I went to Overclockers after I'd lost on PC World, the site had crashed because there was just so many.
That many people trying to get in.
Yeah, I tried Scan. That's basically gone.
Because I know Scan buy an awful lot of stock, Ben. Yeah. They buy an awful lot of stock.
Well, yeah, and so I ended up going to Overclockers, and I'd made my purchase there, and I thought, because it was saying
that's it, done. I've got it. I've got my card.
It says add to basket. I think I'm good to go. I was like, well, I've checked all the others, and they're not saying add to basket. So I'm like, I've won it, yeah. It was like R3 at the time. So I thought, why haven't these gone already? Because I'd seen on the other sites they've gone in like seconds and minutes. So I was a bit like, okay, but fair enough. I've got through, and it was laggy as fuck. It was horrible. But I eventually made the purchase, said order confirmed. I was like, yeah, done it. And then basically after that, it's just been horrible, really. We haven't even been told by Overclockers when they're going to get more stock. It's just like, well, we'll get it, whenever we can. You've been put on a list of a queue. So we've basically just got to wait until Overclockers decide to basically give us our cards, really. And we have no idea. There's been thousands of people actually pre-order these, so the likelihood of me actually getting one is so slim anyway. But I've just got to basically hope that I get one. But
it sounds like a shitty experience, in all fairness. Yeah, it's not very professional.
No, it's not professional. And they've been. I was on the phone for 2 hours, basically ringing up, and they didn't even bother to answer. So they're probably, they're not even manning the phones either. They can't be arsed. But
so basically, they've just took your money. They've ran out of the cards or whatever, and then they've said, right, we've got your money. Do you want to wait, or what do you want to do? And at the end of the day, fucking list. At the end of the day, you bought a graphic card. Yeah. You spent X amount of pounds. You expect to have had that graphic card, because if there was none available, it should have rejected it and said out of stock or.
And I paid for next day delivery as well.
Oh, sorry, Ben. Just want to say, Howard, how are you doing, mate? Thanks for coming along. You always come along. Really appreciate that. I did answer him on the chat, but I just wanted to say personally, hello from me and Ben. But yeah, it doesn't seem like a good experience. And Overclockers usually, in all fairness, a decent company. So I don't know what they were playing at, in all fairness.
Well, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, there's lots of people that have now lost faith, really, in Overclockers. I don't think the way that they handled it really is just been shocking, really. It's
because it's easily done, that, isn't it, Ben? You know what I mean? You know the score. You could have 100 good experiences with a company. Yeah. You have one bad experience, and that does it.
Well, yeah. I mean, so I've basically made my purchase yesterday, and really I haven't really heard anything other than basically they've just told me we'll let you know when we let you know. Now I've just got to wait, and I was expecting to get the card delivered today because I picked next day delivery. I was like, yeah, I'm getting it. And
did you pay extra for that, Ben?
I paid extra. It cost me £10 for the bloody delivery. So well, then again, I think it was all bug though. So I think the only thing you could buy was next day delivery. But they were also offering, like when I was looking at it, like next day delivery, but between certain times. So that costs like £15 or £20.
Wow.
I think it went up to £25 as well.
And we all know the prices of the cards anyway, so there was a lot of money spent to not get, to hype yourself up, to not get your product that you'd actually purchased, and then still not know what's going on anyway. So how is it going with it now, Ben? What sort of situation are you in concerning the card that you bought? Are you getting it? Are you in a queue? Is it now pre-ordered? Do you wait till it comes back in stock? Have they give you any information of basically what's happening?
Pretty much nothing. I mean, they've just told us we're on a list, and I've tried my best to, because they've got a forum at the moment. So we've basically, the forum is you just like talking to each other, but it's not. Well, they've got like a chat. It's like a live chat sort of thing. But
is this Overclockers?
Overclockers.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. I thought you meant that people have got together and made a forum.
No.
Right. On overclockers. Right.
Yeah, on overclockers, they've got like a live chat on the right hand side, and but you're not speaking to anyone that works there. It's just everyone else. So
Right.
basically, what we tried to do is we've been like, everyone, can you just tell us what your order number is without obviously the last 2 digits, and we can sort of work out where we are in the queue. But I don't think that's...
We were talking before, and you said there's something a bit suspect about that in itself.
Well, yeah, because basically there's a bloke that's ordered, and he ordered at like 2 minutes past 2, which 2 o'clock was the time that they went live.
Okay.
So, it was 2 o'clock yesterday, so they've gone live then, and I made my purchase at like 3:30, so there was like an hour difference between us.
Okay.
Our order numbers are pretty similar in terms of like where they are, so it doesn't make much sense considering there were like 7,000 orders, so it just doesn't quite add up.
Well, within the space of an hour, what sort of difference in numbers was there?
About 50 or 40.
Well, that's nothing, is it?
You know what I mean?
Considering
make much sense. I just don't know how they've done this order system. It's obviously wrong. Like,
you know what's quite concerning for me though, Ben, because you said overclockers. We had a chat before we started the stream. Obviously, we both went on, and they're still offering pre-orders. How's that working when you've ordered it? You thought you paid the money. You thought you were going to get this GPU. They've said they're not available, yet they're still letting people pre-order. How the fuck does that work?
Well, that's what I said on Twitter, because the only person that I could kind of get in touch with was the guy on Twitter, and
generic answers.
Really generic, when they just drop your links and stuff to go to different places. But I said, one suggestion I'll give you is, if you're struggling with stock and keeping up, probably not a good idea to keep accepting orders, basically. And they were just like, well, he was just basically like, oh, we didn't expect this sort of popularity with the graphics cards. And
well, we had a conversation before. A normal business, as you know, I used to have computer shops. So even being a small businessman, I had this inventory system where, say for argument's sake, I bought 100 of one product. I put it on my inventory system. If one sold when it was put into because it was all computerized, when it was put into the till as such, then that would automatically take one off. So if someone come into the shop and tried to buy it, they'd go on one of the lads would go on the computer and say, I do apologize, you can't buy it. Or even online, because even back then, I was doing online sales. And so anything that was bought physically or anything that was bought online, it was taken off the inventory system. So if someone else tried to buy it online, it'd say, I do apologize, it is out of stock. No, I'll take your money and then tell you it's out of stock. It doesn't seem like...
it doesn't seem right, does it?
No.
It's for me, it's what all the other companies were doing, all the other sites. They were only taking orders if they obviously
had the stuff in stock.
Or they knew that they could get it. And these guys are like, well, we don't even know. We don't even know when we're getting it. We're just going to say, oh, we're getting it soon. Well, I just don't. I mean, for me now, I've paid my money, around 700 quid,
and I want my fucking product,
and I want it.
Yeah,
I'm not just gonna give you my money and then just go, okay, well, just do whatever you want.
So what did they say to you then? What obviously, so they came back to you, said, did they say you're not getting it, or did they say, unfortunately there's no more in stock? And what did they say you should do with your money? Are they saying, I'm just going to keep it? We'll send you one out when it comes back in stock. What have they actually said to you?
Yeah, so they just said to us, because they sent us a generic email. They said, if you want to refund it, you can, but if you end up refunding it, you're going to lose your place in the queue. So, but I know that I've seen a lot.
Sounds a bit like blackmail to me.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of people on Twitter have actually cancelled the pre-orders. So, I mean, might be good for me because I might go up in the queue. But then again, I don't know how this queue works because they haven't even told us. So it might just be a random thing where they just end up picking picking anyone they feel like, because we don't know whether they've got a proper system, so we're just hoping that they've done it right. But then I've seen people on people who work at overclockers on Discord where they're like saying people think that we're like Amazon and they keep expecting too much from us, and it's like,
well, you offered a product. You're quick enough. You're like Amazon in that sense that you can take the money for the product and then come back and say, oh, we're not Amazon. What do you think? What do you expect? Any business should run ethically. And if you've not got it in stock, you should not, unless you're someone like Amazon. And you can say, look, you can pre-order stuff on Amazon. Well, they do. They let you let you pre-order, but what they'll do is make sure they have the stock for all those pre-orders. So don't do a pre-order for something that's coming out on that day. How's that? How does that work? That's not a pre-order. And I think, Ben, that's how they'll get away with it. Because, for argument's sake, say someone got it up the arse and they just says, right, I'm going to do something legal about this. I bought this product. It's not available. It's false advertising. I think they've done a very clever thing here, and they've put in the title pre-order. So unless they gave you a date, which you can probably jump in at, mate, that they can get away with pre-order. So they actually said something to you, didn't they, Ben, or something in the description that made you want to buy this particular one?
Well, the only reason why I brought this, because I wouldn't have bought a card on this site if it wasn't for the fact that they were saying on my card for MSI, they were saying expected time of arrival as the 18th of September, which was the reason why loads of other people were buying.
We're going for that one, yeah.
And then we're going for the one that said expected time as like the 24th of September. So people were looking at these dates and going, okay, well, if you're expecting stock then, or that's what I assume they're saying, if you're expecting it then, well, then I think that I'm obviously going to have a chance of getting one. But it just wasn't communicated well at all. They didn't even have any stock levels. They didn't know what you're doing. But they're still... I'll go check the site now, but I'm pretty sure they're still accepting orders, even though they keep complaining about people saying, "Oh, they think we're too big."
Well, stop that! Actually, hey, because we went on before. Well, Ben said to me, "Can you check the site?" And I went onto the site, and it basically wouldn't load, and it says this site cannot be reached. So it's obviously because of the amount of people going on trying to get one of these cards, it's actually crashed. So I got on afterwards, and Ben's right, you can still pre-order these 3080s. You can get them, and as Ben's just said there, you can still get them now. So then to complain, we're not like Amazon, and we're not as big, and we're just trying to do this, and we're just trying to take that off your site, or just put something as simple as out of stock.
It's such a hard concept to
get out of stock.
Out of stock, it's so easy. But yeah, they're still accepting orders. I'm not sure if anyone's like even who are watching this stream has gone to overclockers or whatever. But
well, they might watch afterwards, Ben, because we do get a few watching afterwards.
I'd just say, like, if you were thinking about buying from somewhere, like, don't go to overclockers. Pretty much, you're just basically signing on to it's like an email list essentially. You're just saying, okay, but this time it's not quite an email list because. And
he's not saying, sorry Ben for butting in. He's not saying don't ever shop at overclockers. What he's saying, oh God, my Alexa's gone off.
Take a look at the help section in your
Alexa, stop. Echo, stop. That was great for the stream. Anyway, so where was it going? He's not saying don't ever buy from overclockers again. What he's saying is don't try and order your 3080 from overclockers at this moment in time, because you'll be able to order it, but you will not be getting it as soon as you think you are. Just to clarify that.
Yeah, it's still, people are still thinking though. This is why I've mentioned it.
Keep talking, Ben. I'm going to turn this Alexa thing off.
Yeah, no worries. But the reason why I say it is because people still think when they're adding it to the basket and they're purchasing it, they're still thinking that, yeah, I'm going to be getting my order soon, but you're not going to be getting your order anytime soon. I mean, I've spoken to someone yesterday. It was like late at night, and they told me they already took 7,000 orders. So
What, on overclockers?
On overclockers, and that was about 10 o'clock last night. And I'll tell you, I've seen, well, on Twitter especially, I've seen loads of people still ordering now, and they're still saying on Twitter, they're going, so I'm getting my order tomorrow, or because I've done next day delivery. So
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that, mate.
You'll need a 4-leaf clover for that one.
More than that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But there's no way. I mean, even for me, I know I'm not going to see my order until at least.
But you're realistic, mate. But what would you think you're going to do then? Are you actually going to hang about for it? Are you going to get a refund? Are you going to try somewhere else? Because they're going to be like rocking horse shit, these things.
Well, the thing is, if I end up refunding, I'm going to obviously be taken out of the queue. And I know a lot of people are going to be thinking, they're going to be thinking the same. They're going to be like, oh, let's refund it and look elsewhere. But at the end of the day, you can't get it anywhere.
No, exactly. Exactly.
You ain't going to get it. But
see, I've got an issue as well. And people say things like, oh, you've got my money, you're earning interest. Now, individually, you're not earning that much interest on... Right, I'm just going to say, for argument's sake, I don't know what you paid. I do know what you paid for your card, Ben, but I'm going to say, look, say you give them £800. Yeah. Okay, for argument's sake, that's not a lot of interest you would get off your bank. But say there was 7,000 people who put £800 in there, and only 1,000 people got the cards. So there's £6,800. Now they can make a lot of interest back on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and
do you reckon that's what they're doing there?
I don't know. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that will happen. They will get the interest on that. But if it ever comes to the point where people like yourself, Ben, turn around and say, right, okay, I'm sick of this, I'm pissed off with this, I want my money back, they'll be happy to just throw your £800 back for you because they've got £6,000 other people paying £800 for the cards anyway. So their interest is accumulating, even at 0.5%, even at 1%. They are literally making lots of money by just holding that money in their account.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, how much money would that be then? Let's average it out. Let's say 700 quid then, or whatever.
Okay, £800 because that's sort of average. I've seen them I've seen them over £1,000. I've seen them 650. I've seen it just over 600. The sort of more generic names, but
how many?
Where now
10,000 orders then.
Well, all right, because they had 7,000 the night before, so go with 10,000, but then say, just to be nice, say 2,000 people actually got the graphics card. So work out 8,000 times 750.
So 8,000 times 750.
Yeah.
That's 6 million.
There you go. So that's money. Say, and we might be extreme. We're not saying that that's exactly what's happened, but just for argument's sake. So say they've got, as a ballpark, £6 million lying in the bank for a product they cannot supply.
Yeah.
But they've put it in an account that they will earn interest. Now, think about it that way. Individually, £600 is not, it's a lot of money to people out there, but it's not a lot of money to a business as per earning interest. But when you're talking about £6 million, even for a week, even for a day, they are earning money.
And that's what they're banking on. That's why I think they were sending that email saying, oh, but you don't want to lose your spot in the queue.
No, exactly.
They're hoping, obviously, you don't
refund. We can have this money in an account that, because I had an account, when I had the businesses, I had an account where it was just a working account. I had another account where, for argument's sake, say I had a big contract on, I would put it in a certain account that I earned a little bit of money. Not a lot, because I had to take it out for capital and working costs. But this company doesn't have to use this. It just needs to have it lying there to accumulate funds.
How does it work then? Say if I pay via PayPal, does it all go into one account, or does it go into the PayPal?
It goes in, say, for argument's sake, say it obviously doesn't go into a PayPal account. If you pay by PayPal, it will go straight into whatever account they designate. Even if they designate it to an account, they could instantly transfer it to an account that they are making interest on. And I did that a lot of times, as long as it's accounted for. So therefore, interest can be made. And like say on 6, because a lot of people say like, I'm being sort of generic here by saying, like, if people win the lottery, they say, put your money in the bank and live off the interest. Because if you were not stupid, if you won a certain amount of money on the lottery, a decent amount of money, you could, as just a normal man on the street, live on the interest. And they could be gaining money off people not refunding the fact that they are going to lose their place in the queue.
Yeah, well, that's the only reason why someone would keep accepting pre-orders, even though they know they can't even fulfill that order. Like, overclockers isn't even the biggest one. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon aren't even getting that much stock. Amazon sold out instantly, pretty much. I looked at Amazon; they were gone in again, like seconds. It was pretty much they were.
Did you try that as well?
Yeah, I tried it all. I had Amazon up for a little bit. But I think Amazon started selling earlier, a couple of days earlier. But
sorry, I bought in, Ben. Can I just say hello to the chat? Zequinox 000, how you doing, mate? If you're still there, and Wahib Sahil, yo, it's my grandpa. What the fuck? I've had better insults than that, even if it's not an insult. But thanks for coming along, taking the time to make a comment. Really appreciate you coming along. The algorithm's looking good now, even though I think we've only got 2 views. We usually get viewers afterwards. Yeah. So, not really a good experience, Ben, with overclockers. And we're not going to slag them off because they're a half-decent company, but you've possibly lost a customer in Ben, and with the bad experience Ben has had, because I obviously know Ben, if I was getting my card, it, I'm afraid, wouldn't be from you, gentlemen. I don't think that's a nice way to conduct business. And this is from a guy not as big as Overclockers, had his own computer business a few years ago. I would never practice business in that manner. Yeah,
well, the reason why I wanted to say it as well is because people are still saying, when people are asking, where can I get an RTX 380? People
saying overclockers.
Overclockers, they're going, overclockers does pre-orders. And I'm like, well, they do. They'll accept your money and you'll be put into this list, but I don't know whether you're exactly pre-ordering.
Is there any specific dates, Ben? Have they said when something's back in stock, or are they just saying basically wait till we decide we've got it back in stock?
Well, the thing that was worrying me the most is the fact that they were going, well, for my card in particular, it was, well, we've had MSI, the stocks come in today for MSI, and everything that we've had come in has sold out. We've all dispatched it. But after that, they pretty much said that, okay, well, that's it. There was no date like, oh, we're getting it on this date. No, it was just, well, we might get some in October. We might get some in November.
So there's just no definite. It's like you can pre-order, but we're not going to inform you, or we actually don't even know ourselves when we're going to get it.
I mean, that's why I think maybe that's why I'm considering refunding and looking elsewhere. I mean, I could have got it on eBay as well because they're selling on eBay. But
yeah, exactly.
They're selling it a little bit overpriced because I've seen a couple that are about closer to 1,000. So I'm thinking,
whoa.
I might as well fucking wait for the
3090s.
Yeah, I'll probably end up
Yeah.
getting that one instead.
But there's an.
That's not the point. The
No,
point
no,
is
it
they should
isn't.
have released. I should be getting my 380 like all the other people. We pre-ordered it.
You're sounding a bit bitter, Ben. Is that what it is?
Well, we were all thinking that we were getting it on. Well, I wasn't probably even expecting it for today. I thought that would be a little bit ambitious, but at least tell us what's going on, and they haven't even told us. So
They've given you no explanation, have you, mate? I think therein lies the issue.
yeah,
It's I'll take your money. Can't tell you anything. The select few. You know what it reminds me of? Have you, because it's a slightly open night tonight as well. This Brime thing, you know, the streamers, it reminds me of that. Oh, we're going to give you this and we're going to give you that. And like when, I don't know. And apparently we'll do a stream about this. I'm going to sort of not go any further on this. But Brime is saying, if there's any people out there that are interested in this, because I've been following, I've been waiting for announcements of these guys, and apparently the 1st of October, the first alpha testers. Do you know what? No. If you want it from me, it's not. It's fucking bullshit. It's the biggest troll on the internet. The biggest troll on the internet. But if I'm wrong, I will, and I always say this, I will hold my hands up and say I was wrong. But that is sort of the same situation. Like, we've got something. Do you want to buy into it? But we don't know when we're going to give it you. Yeah. The difference between them and Brime is Brime are not asking for any money off you. They're just trolling the shit out of you.
They're not asking for 700 quid up front.
I know.
I've seen the tweet that you mentioned. It says "Wake up, October 1st, 2020." So.
And there's a lot of people still, you know, defending this guy in his mother's basement. And apparently now the original guy, the original developers left. He wants nothing to do with it. And apparently it was a personal reason. He's got personal things to get on with. And, you know, look, if you don't understand that Brime's the biggest troll on the internet, I'm sorry, and I don't want to insult people, but you need to fucking wake up. You are. You're a bit window licking. But anyway, Ben, I know. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Ben, I think we should talk about. We've done it before. I think the consoles, next gen consoles, but now we've got a bit more information. Should we talk about the pricing structure, because we got it off the Xbox first, and then I think it was the day after we got the PS4 prices. I honestly don't know how they can put it out at this price. No.
Well, they must be losing. They've got to be losing money, sure.
I think the Xbox has definitely got to be selling at a loss. Definitely.
I mean, the only way I could think of this working is they're thinking, well, if we sell it at a loss,
Game Pass
subscriptions, Game Pass it's got to be. It couldn't be.
But does it not come with it? Does it not come with when you buy it? Do you not get the Game Pass?
What I mean, yeah, that's what. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Is it like when you get certain people on streets say, "Try this," and you can have that for free, and then come back, they get addicted to the fact that they want something. So maybe you can have this for free, and you think, "Oh, I love this," but next year it's going to cost me £20 a month. Oh, sod it, I'll buy it. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand where I was going with that?
No, I know what you mean. Basically, they might say to people, here's 3 months, but after that 3 months, you've got to pay X amount.
And you get so used to it.
Yeah.
You get all these free games.
But it can't just be Xbox Game Pass. I think that maybe they're pushing other subscriptions as well. They'll be like, subscribe to this as well, and we'll get a little bit of money off that if we sell that subscription.
I think maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I'm sure people will let me know. If not tonight, they'll let me know if they watch the stream afterwards. That apparently, if you buy one, if you buy gold or you buy the Game Pass, you get gold, or if you buy gold, you get the other one. If you've bought the Xbox, I'm not sure, but I'm sure I've seen something. But the pricing is incredible. In all fairness, 449 for the top of the range Xbox X series.
Good.
And is it not the same for the Xbox 5, or is it 499?
The PS5.
Sorry, the PS5. Yeah, sorry.
Xbox 5, is that the one I haven't heard about?
yeah.
But I think, PS5's about the same. I think they've got $399, or it's $399. So
Well, 399's a digital only one, isn't it?
yeah.
So the Xbox S is 299.
Yeah, but the Xbox S isn't apparently as fast as the PS5.
No, it's not. It's a scaled down Xbox X series. Yeah. Oh, so you're saying the PS5 digital 399 one is exactly the same spec, just without the ROM drive?
What, compared to the Xbox?
No, I mean, see the Xbox one, the Xbox X series, the main one, the wardrobe, and then you get the Xbox S series. Now, I know that's a scaled down version. It's not as powerful as the Xbox X series. So you're saying the PS5 version, the top of the range one, 499 one, the 399 one is the same one, even in specs, just without the ROM.
No, I think the PS5 is better than the digital version for the Xbox. But I don't think it's quite as powerful as the Xbox. So it's sort of, I think it's like 3/4 way towards the Xbox, because I know that the Xbox Series X, the most expensive one, is the most powerful console.
Right.
That's what Microsoft is saying.
Well, I think everyone's saying that, and I think by the specs, it blatantly is.
It is, yeah. So I think the best option, really, if I was a consumer, if you can get over the fact, because I wouldn't buy PS5 because I'm not used to the controller, but I think the best pricing wise is PS5, because the digital version,
of the PS5, right.
Because the PS5 digital version is exactly the same in terms of specs.
That's what I was saying. PS5. As a PS5, that's what I was saying. Exactly.
It's exactly the same. So it's a no-brainer for me.
So the most powerful console, the next gen console, is the Xbox X series, but the better deal in your mind is the PS5 digital version.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Makes sense. It actually makes sense that now.
100% go for that. I wouldn't go for the Xbox Series S, because
I don't think I'd touch it, even though I think it's a blinding piece of kit for the money.
The money, yeah.
I'd still probably go, because I just don't like the look of the Xbox. The PlayStation 5. I just don't like the look of it. I just like the severity of the Xbox. I think maybe it's because I'm an older man. I just like the way that looks. It's simple, it's clean, and
I'd agree.
it's not trying to be something that it's not.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but PlayStation. I think PlayStation 5, the digital version. I thought that was like I haven't seen many people talk about it in terms of like the value of that. It's like crazy.
It's great value.
But all the consoles have been really good value, in all fairness.
And this time round, and I personally honestly think that they've got to be selling this kit at a loss. Definitely. I was talking on Twitter with someone. I think Jeff Braddock said something, and one of my subscribers replied to him, and they were talking about PC elitists. And you know what? Sometimes you forget how much of a war the two console markets have against each other. I'm always the same as you, Ben, always defending the console players, even though we're PC players. But then I think, because I'm always the first one to say there's no such thing as the PC elite, blah, blah, blah. But then I look and I see how bitter and how salty the Xbox players and the PlayStation players are against each other. I don't get it. Where do you think this all comes from?
Well, to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like you said, I'm exactly the same as you. When I see it, I see Xbox and PlayStation go together. I'm like, because you'll see Xbox players going, when the Sony reveal was, all the Xbox players were going, oh, it's shit. This doesn't look very good, and the Xbox is better, and all this crap. But at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you like like how the console. This is how I'd put it into perspective. The same way that the console players go to the PC players and they'll say, when PC players go elitist or whatever.
Yeah.
The same way you console players say to PC, like, who cares? It's just what I'm playing on. Like, if I choose to play on this, I'll play on that.
Which I think's right, in all fairness.
And that's how the PS5 and Xbox Series X or whatever, or Xbox and PlayStation players should see it as. It's just, that's the way you play.
That's your format you choose to play on. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like the only reason I wouldn't go to PlayStation is just because I'm so used to using Xbox controllers. That's the only reason. But even though I admit that the PlayStation Digital is the better value in terms of what you're getting.
When it comes down to the nitty-gritty, that's
exactly.
the better one for you.
But people don't admit that. They're so like tribalistic in terms of like what they, even like with consoles, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. But
not to me neither, in all fairness. I don't know.
Get it.
And I mean, I think it's all like, I think you touched on it there. It's all about preference. This is what I like to play. This I maybe like to play on a PC, but I just can't afford to. And this is the better option for me. But that's where I find it quite strange that like console players are saying, oh, this is better than this, that's better than that. Because at the end of the day, I mean, apparently the Xbox X Series is the more powerful console this time, but there really isn't that much in it. Do you know what I mean? But whereas the PC hardware, that really does depend on how much money you've got to spend on it. And if you can actually get it, if you buy it.
That's what I'd say to console players. That, honestly, in this ordeal I've had with getting this new graphics card, and I'm not just saying this just because we're live streaming, genuinely, and I said it to you before we started streaming, I said, I'm thinking about getting a console.
You did. You actually did.
I said, genuinely, I'm thinking about just getting an Xbox.
It was like, fuck it, I'm going to get a console.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm just going to say, you know what? Refund my money over cockers, because I know you're not going to give
over what? You said over cockers.
Over cockers.
You were right the first time.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll just I'll get a console, because genuinely, so I mean, it's not just obviously waiting for PC components, but it's also just obviously there's just hassle with, certain components don't work, or you'll
and a lot of shit can go wrong with the PC. But you buy a console, you plug it in, and away you go. There's a lot of shit that goes on with PCs. And don't let all these big streamers and these big YouTubers confuse you, because they'll have people to deal with all that shit for them.
Well, yeah, these guys are getting the fucking cards.
Oh, they you know what? They just get thrown PCs at them.
And that's what's frustrating.
Exactly.
I wish they had to wait like we had to.
No, exactly. It's like people, you've got people playing, for argument's sake, we might drift there, the new Call of Duty game.
Oh, yeah.
These people that get to play that, and these people who have early access, and these people who will be sent certain hardware. So, and I don't get me wrong, I don't begrudge people getting this sort of stuff, but sometimes they're not as transparent as they need to be. And, they'll, and some of them are half decent, and they'll say, look, I was sent 2 new 3000 series 3080s. I'm going to give one away. I wouldn't, because I'm an arse. I'd put it on eBay or something like that. But obviously it's something in the contract that they wouldn't be able to do that. But you've got to remember there's certain people out there that will receive this hardware before anyone else. And as soon as it's released, they'll be able to say, right, this footage, and does it not make you a bit skeptical that these people have got these videos out like 5 minutes after the game's released, 5 minutes after the hardware's released, because they've already got it? These people that have got the luxury of having that. Guys like me and Ben, we haven't got that luxury. So, there's no PC
How can you
elitists.
believe what they're talking about?
Yeah,
as well?
exactly.
That's
Oh,
what you've got to
exactly.
get at. Yeah, 100%. When I watch these reviews, I'm like, how can I trust you if you've been? I know you haven't been paid in as like a
Monetary value.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you have been given that card before anyone else, and you've probably been said, we'll pay for this and we'll do that. So how can I believe what you're saying? So I get why they do it, because obviously they need to get the reviews out and it's got to be on.
Because you would, Ben, if someone offered me fucking money to say something was nice, you either say, oh, good, nice, not nice, that's a bit gay. But if you were given money to say something's good, now that would be your prerogative. If someone had to, I don't know if I'm the same as you, Ben, but I'm the first one to say, yes, I will take your money. But if I think your product's shit, I'm not going to take it. It's as simple as that. But if someone gave me something, I thought it was all right, I would say, look, they paid me to do this. I'd be totally open, and I know you're supposed to be 100% transparent when it comes to things like YouTube and Twitter and Twitch. But there's a lot of people, believe me or not, there's a lot of people that are not as transparent as you want them to be. They have legal teams that say, all you have to do is say this, say that. I'd be quite happy if someone turned around to me and said, Devlin, we'll give you 10 grand to promote this video. I'll go, yeah, I'll take your money, bitch. I'll take that. And I'll say, yeah. But I will be saying, if it's shit, it's shit. But I will be saying, I'll be totally open.
No, I agree. That's how you got to be.
So we've been watching footage tonight, Ben. I think we won't go as much as in depth as we went in when we were watching Cold War tonight, Call of Duty. I'm just going to basically ask you your general views on the game. What have you seen? Because it's only out on PS4 apparently. So.
Wow, yeah.
What are your impressions, mate, initially?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was actually watching it whilst you were talking.
Just then?
Yeah, I've been watching Jack Frags whilst we've been talking as well in the background.
Because I think he's got a PS4, hasn't he?
Well, I mean, probably. I mean, I'm watching him right now, and I'm going to be honest, he's using a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
But we have been watching it, and we were speaking about different things. But I think it looks.
Don't go too far.
Yeah. I think it looks okay. Like from what I've been watching, it looks all right. I mean, it's not as good. Maybe when I was watching the trailers, I was thinking, okay, well, it looks like something quite interesting. But for me, the sound design is shocking, absolutely shocking. The visuals, I know it's on PS4. Jack Frags looks probably the best out of all.
Out of everyone's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I mean, he's obviously running on a PS4, but it's it's 4K, so maybe that's why it looks a bit better. But yeah, I'm not massively I'm not going to be running out to get this game. It's not one of them. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm not massively sold on this game. I was expecting a little bit.
I'm totally with you. Yeah, I'm totally with you. Totally with you. It'd be interesting actually. Howard has just said just played the first game of Cold War on PS4. I thought you were an Xbox player, Howard.
Yeah, I was going to say,
because that's where I met Howard. He was an Xbox player. So Howard, we're going to watch you on stream. What was your experiences? You need to type fast, bitch. What were your experiences with the game, Howard? Because you're obviously on the stream at the moment. Can you give us some sort of insight what you think? How are you doing? It's Mrs. again, the better player.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise. Sorry, Howard. I didn't realise you had both.
Sorry.
Didn't actually realise, but hello to the missus. How you doing? obviously known each other. It's fucking years now. How long have I known you, Ben? It must be a couple of years.
I was going to say it's got to be a couple of years.
Yeah, so I must have known Howard and the missus at least 4 years now. Started off playing on the Xbox. But what, Howard, what have your experiences been on Cold War tonight? Or have you played it? Just played his first game. So what were your experiences? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay, but I haven't played it, so I don't know.
I'm not impressed, in all fairness.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, actually, that's probably a lie, Ben. I was not impressed with 99.9% of the gameplay I watched, and then I watched one person, and I thought, I'm impressed. The graphics look great. The movement looks great. I don't know. Oh, there's Chris. You should get on the chat, Chris.
Yeah, get on it.
Chris, get on the streamers only chat.
Yeah, it's not as. I mean, yeah, when we were watching Jack Frags, it looked a bit better.
Yeah, a bit better. You're sounding a bit more suspect than I am. It was smooth. The guns were okay. It looked a bit. I don't know. It looked a bit basic to me. I don't even know how to explain it, but to me, it looked a bit basic. No. What do you think of the mechanics, Howard? Sorry, mates, I lost my voice. Oh, Chris has lost his voice. Anyway, Howard, the graphics I've seen have been really, really basic, in all fairness. And the what was I saying about the gun mechanics? Oh, when you I'm actually glad about this. When you're jumping around corners, these jump shooters, it slows them down, and when you've got the drop shooters, it's slowing them down. So I quite like that, but the actual graphics and the gameplay didn't impress me, in all fairness. I don't know about you, Ben. I mean, we were watching it before we came on stream at the same time.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. It wasn't great. It's not the best I've seen, but then again, it's the older generation, so that's to be expected. I mean, I want to see what it looks like on PC.
We have. I mean,
I can't wait to see it on PC.
Thanks.
It looks. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but we'll just have to wait and see. It'll be interesting to see.
I know you were humming and ahhing if you were going to buy the game. I think I will buy it anyway. Hang on, might me revive my PS4, Gava. Yeah, Chris, do it. Actually, that'll be the best person to get a real review, because Chris is saying might revive my PS4 and play the alpha. Yeah, Chris, do that, because we'd obviously get, if anyone, a true sort of aspect of how the game runs.
Oh, yeah.
Howard said it was basic graphics.
Oh, did it? Oh, he agrees. He said.
I think it was. Well, you did.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm not going to say it, but I was going to say go and watch another streamer, but I won't, because it will spoil something. Yeah. Me and Ben were actually watching something just before we came on stream, and that's why the stream was about 5-10 minutes late. It was completely different to the stream we were watching literally 5 minutes before that. Ben, am I wrong?
No, I totally agree. But I mean, well, when we were watching it and we saw that he blacked out certain things.
Yeah.
He blacked out certain,
aspects of the menu.
The game,
The HUD. Yeah.
The HUD, that's a good word. So that, I don't know. I'm just a little bit suspect about the certain person we were watching, but on that certain person's stream, it did look a lot better than what we were watching.
A
Then
lot,
again, it
mate.
could just be,
Mate, you're being very conservative. A lot.
Yeah, a lot. So it might have just been the resolution thing that it was streamed in 4K. But
Fuck off.
I genuinely don't know. I mean, the thing that concerns me a little bit is when I was watching this certain big streamer, the fact that he's blacking out certain things, I feel like he's deceiving.
Right, Ben. Okay, so we were watching someone streaming. Okay, so I said, I'm going to watch someone else stream. And I said, oh my God, look at the difference was massive. And you came on and we were both like, fucking, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
It wasn't even a case of, oh, can you show me what the difference is? We were both exactly the same. I went on and I said, this is not the same gameplay I've been watching. I was watching Simon B, I was watching Exo Ghost, and then I watched this other person, and it was literally night and day.
And I mean, this person had hashtag COD partner in his description, so that says it all.
Yeah, possibly. Chris, do us a favour. He said he couldn't pay Modern Warfare's beta because it would crash on startup. Do us a favour, Chris, if you could revive your PS4 and play the latest COD. Let us know what's going on, because there's one or two things, and we'll talk. Well, actually, no disrespect to people who are watching the stream, but we'll talk to Chris after this if he possibly can, because we want to sort of share one or two things with him. I don't think it's a sort of topic Chris would personally do any content about, but I think he should know about it. But yeah, Chris, if you could play some Cold War for us and give us your views, that'd be fucking perfect, by the way.
That'd be brilliant. Yeah. I mean, I wish I could play it right now. It'd be good if we could.
Yeah, I would.
But I mean, even if it is available anyway, I couldn't play it now because I've only got.
I'd love to play it on the PC, in all fairness, if they had some sort of access to, a PC build or something.
I mean, certain people have already got it.
Well, I'd hate to think that's the case, but
that's just my hunch. I'm just, just think some people may already.
Well, you don't know, Howard. I need to show you that you've obviously been swearing.
Oh, that just when I just said video, I was just thinking of Westy. Then I'm just going to quickly check Westy's channel, see what he's been.
Shit, Howard, I don't know what you mean. Your opinion. Let me have a look.
What did he say?
Oh, actually, I missed it. It's because it went up. He put, you remember the beta for Modern Warfare was different from the release. It was a little bit different, Howard. And I never ignore you. I always mention you on the streams, and even Ben says hello and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Your opinion does matter because you're usually one of the people that stays right to the end.
Yeah. Definitely.
On PC, Howard, I am on mouse and keyboard. I was absolutely rubbish on mouse and keyboard, but it was one of them moments you just wake up and it's just like, what's it called? It's like memory
loss.
I can't. Well, you just get memory where all your fingers just seem to hit the keyboard as they should do. Never use a controller. Use a controller recently, and I can't use a controller anymore. Let's have a look. Yeah, Chris, we can have a post-stream chat about details. Not a problem at all. It would be nice. If your voice sounds like trash, it doesn't matter, Chris. Howard, so are you still on the Xbox, or are you considering getting a PC? We'll see if he answers or not.
Yeah. If you can get a graphics card, then good luck.
Not like you. So I just thought I'd possibly. There's not many people watching tonight.
But I mean, there might be after. Your views usually go after, don't they?
Oh yeah, definitely. When I put the tags up and that Insurgency Sandstorm is shit and all that sort of thing. But no, I actually don't think it's shit. I just think the developers
Well,
are.
they've got a new update, haven't they, as well?
Yeah, 1.8. So it is actually an update. It's not 1.7 whatever dealing with the trash that they put out last time. A bug fix as an update.
So it's out now on the CTE.
Yeah, it's on the CTE. I can't believe they've not even banned me from that, in all fairness.
So have you played it yet or not?
No, I'm not playing. I've uninstalled it. Uninstalled, done, dusted. I'm going to probably do a video about the Embracer Group. Not a bad video because I think they're a decent company, but I think what they need to do is get hold of NWI and sort all this situation out because didn't want to go there tonight, but it's open mic. It's open mic time now. But there's still people, believe it or not, Ben, getting charged for it.
I know.
I've had people
message me,
and I've had people show me, they have sent me, they have got billed like within the last week. And Microsoft is saying, oh, we do apologize. And they've shown me the emails. I've had a reply. They've shown me the emails of their reply saying, Microsoft is saying, oh, we do apologize. We don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. We apologize. But it's like a constant sort of rebilling sort of situation. And all I've said in a lot of my videos is please, NWI, step in, talk to Microsoft, talk to the people that you're seeing on the videos, contact them. You don't even have to contact me because you could have embraced me. You could have turned around and said, right, Devlin, there's some information, tell the console players, or even you, Ben, there's the information, let the console players know. But they didn't because they were selling out. I know exactly what they were doing, Ben. They were selling out and they knew they were selling out.
Let's say that in a good scenario, they could have both used us there. I mean, obviously I'm in the partnership program, and they could have spoken to you as well. I don't know why they didn't, because we're like the main two that are covering it, and that Abel Green as well. I see a few videos from him. But I don't know why they didn't reach out to us. I mean, I know obviously because they don't give a shit, but in a good scenario, they should have fucking...
Do you know what it was? I don't think at the time, I think it all went too far. I don't think they knew what, and I'm not even going to go there, what a certain community manager was doing. I don't actually think in fact, I know they didn't know what a certain community manager was doing. And that certain community manager pretty much alienated certain people, including myself, that could have helped NWI, because I was one of the biggest...
Well, you wanted the game.
I loved it. I loved it.
I know.
I mean,
it got me into it.
It's actually such a state at the moment. I told you I uninstalled it. And if the Embracer Group bring out a new IP on the same sort of genre as Insurgency Sandstorm, I will play the shit out of it, in all fairness. What's Howard saying? I have an Xbox PS. Yeah, exactly, Ben. Sorry, go on. Say what you were saying.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say it's just how they've handled this one. If the next game's good, I'll play it. But I ever since this game keeps going down for me. So ever since, when you were saying I'm not playing it, that's the same as me. I just can't be bothered to play it.
I just got to that point, Ben. I'd had enough at the end of the day. And for me, because I'm always moaning at you, I'm saying, why are you deleting the games? Why are you? I've deleted Insurgency Sandstorm. Yeah, totally. It's done, dusted. I'm up with it.
Ever come back to it?
No. I'll go back to the next one. If it's the Embracer Group and they get NWI in order, yes, I'm definitely up for that. The genre and the game, I had no problem with. It was a community manager. It was actually two community managers, because Father Hank is a waste of space at the moment. But I just want the Embracer Group, because I know they're a reputable company. I want them to get on this. I want them to get things in order, and I've got every faith. And I don't think they can do it straight away. I just think they need a clean sweep. The fucking Father Hank is some guy who's probably what? Say that again.
I was going to say I think he's worse than that.
Do you know what? I wanted him to just be a man and just say, "Look, I need to do this. I need to do that." But no, he's ended up, and I hate to say it, Father Hank, Ted, you're a bitch. But this company needs to go in there, and it needs to restructure NWI completely. Yeah. Johnny, I had faith in Johnny. I like Johnny. He's a...
Yeah. I didn't mind Johnny.
No, he's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Yeah, he started ignoring me again.
He's an idiot. Yeah. So, sorry, let me look at the chat, Ben.
Yeah, go for it.
So, Howard Hopkins, I have Xbox, PS4, basic PC. Don't think it's good enough for gaming. Well, I have no idea what your PC is. That's one of the things me and Ben were talking about before. You just plug in an Xbox, you plug in a PS4, and away you go. So everyone's game is literally, apart from the internet, same as each other's. Only play the PS4 for a few games. Last of Us, MLB, Howard Hopkins again. I'm still playing Xbox more. If anything, I will be playing that, and I probably would buy the new one. The M13, mate. The M13 is the gun. It's the gun in Modern Warfare. Did you watch it? It's like a fucking laser beam, mate.
Yeah, you did it as a live commentary, didn't you?
I actually did.
Yeah. I quite enjoyed it, actually. Yeah.
I was raging in it.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. You should probably do a couple more of them. Do you like best classes or something? I don't know.
But I'm shit at that because I have no idea. I just have a good game and I think I'll upload it in between the videos I'm doing. Right, okay, so Chris has got an update about everything in this trash. So what I'm going to do, because we've been on about an hour and 15 minutes. Right, Ben, do us a favour, because I'm going to end it, because I need a cigarette anyway. I'm going to end it. So introduce yourself or outro yourself. Tell everyone about your YouTube. Plug everything you can, because I'm going to do the same thing anyway, and then we'll sort of finish off, because we'll get people watching after this.
Yeah. So, like I said at the beginning, mainly focusing on hardcore tactical shooters. So if you're interested in games that are, more tactical, more hardcore, like Insurgency Sandstorm, then that's usually what I cover. But I do also cover AAA games, and I might do a video on the Black Ops as well. I'm not overly impressed with it, but
you need to.
I'm gonna get on it. But I don't have a PC, so I'll just be using. Well, can't even play it on PC, so it's not a big deal. Just be using trailers and stuff. But yeah, talk about tactical games, indie games mainly. So if that's something you're interested in,
don't forget to let everyone know, Ben, about your Discord, about your YouTube.
Discord, yeah. Well, I don't know how you can. I think you need a link to my Discord anyway. I might put a link in the comments. But if you want to join my Discord, then that would be brilliant. I've got quite an active Discord at the moment. I've also got a Twitter as well. Just type in North Cinematic, and I think it's 2. It's at North Cinematic 2. But if you type in North Cinematics, you'll find it. And obviously my YouTube, if you could subscribe to that as well, North Cinematics, that would be brilliant. So yeah, that's mainly, I've got a Discord, Twitter, and obviously YouTube. So if you could go follow those and subscribe, that'd be brilliant.
That's fantastic. And his name's Ben. So if you go on #Ben, and if you're interested in joining a community, we're all involved. We're actually testing it at the moment. It's www.trngamers.co.uk. For the first 100 people that join are going to get automatically verified. It's not a big deal, but the verified tag might mean something along the line or down the line. You never know. Join my Discord. It's on the top. Hang on, where's my fucking hand? It's on the top left for me. It's probably top right for you, top left or whatever. You can see there, join the Discord. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's TRN Devlin or Devlin TRN. Tonight we've been talking about the latest 3000 series NVIDIA graphic cards. We've been talking about the new consoles, and then we've done sort of an open mic sort of situation. I'm just going to say good night, or I'm going to say out. I'm going to let Ben say he's out, and then we're going to stop the streams. So Ben, it's up to you to say good night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and good night, everyone. It's been decent, and thank you for watching the stream. And if you're watching afterwards, don't forget to join Ben at North Cinematics, Christy at CT Gaming Zone, Stealth Slicer 77, and the Slavic Pigeon, and myself, because if you don't, you're retarded.